Shalom. Let me get straight into this lesson. I'm gonna get into two videos. Actually, I'm gonna play another video on my other phone, and I want you to listen up to this. We're gonna go into these Khazars. Who are the Khazars? The Khazars are Edomites. That's where the J people actually descend from, and they believe in the Babylonian Talmud. They use the Torah or Thara as a prop or front, but what they practice, what they study, what they believe in is the Babylonian Talmud. I'm going to show you proof. First off, who are the Khazars or Khazarians? 1 second, play this video.
Who form 92% of the world, who form 92%, who form 92% of the world population of those people who call themselves Jews, were originally Khazars.
Hear that?
They were a warlike tribe that lived deep in the heart of Asia. And they were so warlike that even the Asiatics drove them out of Asia into Eastern Europe. And to reduce this so you don't get too confused about the history of Eastern Europe, they set up this big Khazar kingdom, 800,000 square miles. Only there was no Russia, there were no other countries, and the Khazar kingdom was the biggest country in all Europe. So big and so powerful that when the other monarchs wanted to go to war, the Khazars would loan them 40,000 soldiers. That's how big and powerful they were. Now, they were phallic worshippers. Which is filthy. I don't want to go into the details of that now. It was their religion, the way it was the religion of many other pagans or barbarians elsewhere in the world. Now the king became so disgusted with the degeneracy of his kingdom that he decided to adopt a so-called monotheistic faith, either
Listen up to this.
Christianity, Islam, the Muslim faith, or what is known today as Judaism, really Talmudism.
Really Talmudism. They created Judaism, which is really Talmudism.
Like spinning a top, he said, eeny, meeny, miny, moe, and he picked out so-called Judaism. And that became the state religion, and he sent down to the Talmudic schools of Tel Aviv and Surah, and brought up thousands of these rabbis with their teaching, and he opened up synagogues and schools in his kingdom of 800,000 people, 800,000 square miles, and maybe 10 to 20 million people, and they became what we call Jews. There wasn't one of them that ever had an ancestor that ever put a toe in the Holy Land, not alone in Old Testament history, but back to time, the beginning of time.
Well, you heard that. That's a very, very condemning video, and I'm going to get into more condemning information to show you, without a shadow of a doubt, that the Khazars, that they call themselves Jewish people, are Edomites. So before I play this video, I'm going to get into this book, Who is Esau Edom? One of my favorite books. All right, so some Jakes actually know some of this history. So let's go deeper, because they're refer to them as the Khazars. It says the second paragraph second paragraph. It says the Khazar government was destroyed by the Slavs of Russia in 1016 AD. It says around 1200 AD, the land was invaded by the hordes of Genghis Khan. These two events caused large numbers of Khazars to migrate to Poland and Western Russia, forming the crater of Western Jewry. It says right here, as the Khazars left their homeland of Khazaria, really their homeland is Mount Seir, they migrated to Khazaria, and then they went into Poland, Ukraine, Germany, so on and so forth. It says, as the Khazars left their homeland in Khazaria and migrated north and west, they lost their name and became known as Jews. It says their Yiddish language and alphabet is not that of the Israelites. So the language, modern Hebrew, is nothing but Yiddish in disguise. That's all it is. And that the characters that they use in the state of Israel is not the Paleo-Hebrew characters, nor the pronunciation. It's not the same language. More proof that they're not the people of the Lord. They're not Israelites. It says, but an amalgamation, Slovakia, of Aramaic, medieval German, Slovak, and Russian dialects. It says the best historical evidence, therefore, shows that the Jews are not descended directly from the Israelites of the Bible, but derive much of their ancestry from the Khazars and other people of Turkish Asiatic blood. The Khazars are also of Edomite stock. Both stock make up present-day Jews, as historian H.G. Wells states. The Idumea Edomites were made Jews. It says, according to the Jewish Encyclopedia, the original stock of the Khazars came from the land of Edom, Mount Seir. So let's get into this other video. I want you to pay Salaki in tongue-tied. Close attention to this video, because this is going to show you without a shadow of a doubt that what they study, what they practice, what they believe in is the Babylonian Talmud or the Jerusalem Talmud. All right?
We had the sun isn't even up yet when Jacob Schlanger settles behind a desk in a study room at B'nai Yeshurun Synagogue in Teaneck. He's not a rabbi here or a teacher. He's a finance guy.
He's a finance guy.
Working at Standard & Poor's. But today, he's leading a group of men.
And that's Lehman, Brother Banks, all J people. JP Morgan, all your banking system, they control it. Let's keep going.
In a tradition that has been handed down within the Jewish community for millennia.
Check it out.
The study of the Talmud.
The what?
So let's just do...
Whoa. The study of what? We ain't been lying to you. We've been telling you the truth, Jake. They don't believe in the Bible. They'll read certain parts of the Torah, but what they actually study, believe in, and practice is the Babylonian Talmud or the Jerusalem Talmud. Back it up. These are not the people. These are not Israelites. These are not the same people that the Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua made a covenant with. These are Edomites.
He's leading a group of men in a tradition that has been handed down within the Jewish community for millennia. The study of the Talmud. So let's just do a little bit of the Tosfos. Not going to do the whole Tosfos. So this is Daf Yomi. It means a page a day. And that's what these men do, along with hundreds of thousands of others around the world. Each day, they study one page of the Talmud, a collection of interpretations of Jewish laws and traditions. But because the text is 2,711 pages long, it takes more than 7.5 years to complete. You figure, a page a day, an hour a day you can spare on something like this. You don't view it as that I have 2,711 pages to go. It's one day at a time. You just do it page by page by page, and then it becomes doable. The key is that everyone is studying the same page at the same time.
Well, you get it. That's very condemning information. Let's hit some scriptures. Because these scriptures going to bring everything together. Ezekiel 36:5. These J people are Khazars, which Khazars are Edomites. That's what we've been telling you. They don't believe in your white Jesus. Actually, they say despicable things about your so-called white Jesus in their Talmud. They don't believe in your white Jesus. And the Messiah, he wasn't a so-called white man, and his true name is Yahushua. That's some of you dumb Edomite Christians in the Western world. You so dumb. You don't get that. And they hate you too. Ezekiel 36:5. Therefore, thus said Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea. Idumea, look the word up. That'd be homework assignment. That means Edomites. That's just a Greek word they put there to cause confusion. But these are talking about Edomites. That's just a Greek way of saying it. So all against all Edomites, which have appointed my land into their possession, 1948ers. You figured out. With the joy of their heart, with despiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. Balfour Declaration, 1948. The Khazars, which are Edomites. The Khazars is a new word, right? But we know their ethnicity are Edomites. Let's go here. And what they do actually is believe in, practice, and study, and saturate their minds in the Babylonian Talmud, which is full of filth. And you can't put no other book with the Bible. They don't study the Bible. We study the Bible. They'll show you that we the people. We actually go through the whole Bible, including the Apocrypha, and we study, we precept, we break down scriptures. This is a labor for us. They don't do that. Revelation 22:18. It says, for I testify unto every man that hear the words of the prophecy of this book, the Bible, with the Apocrypha included. If any man shall add, the Babylonian Talmud is all madness that they added and mixed it in with the Torah, which is the first 5 books of the Bible. Some of them studied the Tanakh. And most of them don't believe in the Messiah, right? It says this is an addition. The Babylonian Talmud is basically mysticism, all confusion, lies, demonic stuff that they study. It says, and you should be able to understand who got the truth and who don't at this point. Any man shall add unto these things, Yahweh shall add unto him the plagues that are written in the book. So we read out of the Bible. That's how you know who the real Hebrew Israelites, the people that the Lord made the covenant with, and he's going to make this new covenant with once we're changed, right? Once we get up out of here, is the people of Israel. Not the people that's in the land of Israel, the state of Israel, the Israelis, which are Khazars, which are Edomites. Let's go here. The book of Psalms 50:16. It says, but unto the wicked Yahweh said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? So you took the Torah into your possession and claiming to be us, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth. You said you was the people of the Lord. That's a straight up indictment. That's why you're getting exposed, because a lie is going to always get exposed. The truth stands the test of time. Psalms 50:17. Seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee. You got your own book called the Babylonian Talmud that you follow. You don't follow the Bible. Like I said, the Bible is just a prop. Like in the movie, you have props on a movie set. It's just there to put the witchcraft on the people. I think that's about everything. Because I didn't want to make this too long. Matter of fact, let's go ahead. I'm going to close it up. Luke 8:17. Why is this stuff coming out? Why is all this information coming out? Why are people waking up to who the true Israelites are? And it matters for truth's sake. It says, Luke 8:17, for nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest. It's going to be made obvious, clear, plain to you, simple. Neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. They've been able to lie for a long time to put the world under the witchcraft that they were the real Israelites, but they're not. They are exposed. They are Khazars. They are Edomites. So the Khazar is a new word, which they are Edomites. That's their ethnicity. Edomites. Amalek to be in particular. Hopefully this lesson was edifying. Call Allah Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Rachat, Kodash. Shalom.